Welcome everybody. Gup here. Got some big updates we've done to the site, especially all about golf really. So I want to do a quick video for the members and for people that may want to join, may want to check it out. Don't want it to be too long, and no one wants to watch a long video, but want to hit all the highlights on it. Always still like that intro right there. This is a generic video, so I don't really have a built-in intro for it, but that's always a fun one when Kim and I go live on Wednesday nights. That is our lead in. So I'm just gonna get straight to it. Try not to make it too long. Let's make sure everything's lined up where you're seeing everything on my screen. Looks like you are. So here's the site. Obviously, if you remember where. I'm just gonna go through all the PGA stuff real quick. Some of it was there. A lot of it's been majorly overhauled, updated, cleaned up. It does, and also we put emphasis on cleaning up how it looks on the mobile. So model builder, we go in here. You can look at any slates, every slate that's up there you can look at, but obviously we got the American Express. This is late Wednesday night or later Wednesday night. I may put the video out tonight or in the morning. I wanted to get it out, obviously, with the same content still being up, because normally after the tournament starts, it goes on to the next week. What you see here is the default kind of model, which basically all your stroke gain stuff. You can look at rankings or values. The values part is to kind of show you, how far apart they really are to an extent, but some people just like to see the rankings, so you can do that. It'll always have this default for everybody, just kind of like a dashboard view. Then you can come in here to the model configuration. This you can go back and forth on at any point in time. If you want to look at all players, so this may be something you do. Maybe you're doing the underdog season long. You could click all players and kind of build a model out to see who you like. For something like that, is always there. Field only will only bring people into this field. If you like this, how it is set up, you can just run it, or it's already ran. I mean, you can just, that's it, nothing to done. If you want to delete any of these, you can go one by one, delete them. If you want to reset the model, you can do that, and it will clear everything out. There won't be anything there. But if you like some of these that are already there, you can delete, the ones you don't like, maybe whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll just add some, do some. We just wanted to have a default, but you can clear it all out with the reset, and there's nothing there. So then you can just start from scratch. And up here, you got all your categories. Maybe you want to add par 5 DK scoring this week. Click, add it to the calc. It drops it down here. Maybe you want to add, strokes gain off the tee. Just messing around, whatever, it doesn't matter. And it adds them down here. You can see the weights. I'll just make these simple. Make them all 20%. You can weight them however you would like. You could put no weight, which means it's not impacting your results, but you can still see it on there. If you want to do that, that's fine. The field will always be here, so it'll have the DraftKings field. You can see when you build the model, it'll tell you the golfers that it's choosing, or what's pulled in and how many rounds are being pulled in. Eventually, you'll be able to. There's also the glossary. So if you want to know what we mean by something or how we're defining it, that's fine too. Eventually, you'll be able to come in here and click this line, and it'll expand and show you the 24 rounds, or how many of you're doing up here, into which ones are counting for that player. That'll be we'll have one more update. We're about 95% done with all this, but I want to go ahead and get it out. But you'll be able to do that eventually. So here you kind of made your model up. If you want to do different grass types, you can do that. Only the times that kind of matters is, putting and maybe Georgia. There's certain times if you want to, you can, anything you want here, all the grass, rough type, how many ever rounds you want. If you want to do 36 instead of 24, you can do that. Min rounds, how long you want this going back to. Some people want 2 years. some want 6 months. It's up to you. If you want to exclude or include any courses, you can do that. All the courses on the tour are here. A new feature, you can save your inputs. So say you make this model and you want to make it your basic model for every week. You can save it now, or you can load. So I have 3, putting, recent form, course history already loaded. I can click that. It'll load the model for me. And this, if you change like I just did, so I changed those, you click build model. Now mine's going to do a little error because I'm on, no, maybe it's not. It was doing a little error. Yep, there it is. That's only because I'm on the beta deal. You won't see that. If you happen to, you can just come back in here. It will load. So here's the model I just, tweaked, built, whatever. It's showing me all the guys here. You can, again, look at the scores. If you want to tweak again, you can tweak again, whatever you want to do. New now, you can click the player from here on the model. You can click it anywhere. You'll see it a few times. It's going to show you the last 10 tournaments. You can hover over and see the name. Or I'll show you them more here in just a second. You can also add to the green machine. So, if you really like this, you think you're going to like him for Classic, we'll get to Showdown later. Whatever, you can click this and he will automatically go to our lineup generator. I'll show you that in a second. These are kind of just basic. We're going to mess around to see which 4 people want the most for just this quick view if you want to see how they've been playing. But if you want to see the whole profile, you can just click more. It opens up a new tab and it shows you everything. Last 25 tournaments for that player. They're finished, their par, every stroke gain. You can see how they're trending, so on and so forth. If you're done with that, you can click. I'll get someone who plays a lot. So like Jaeger, he's going to have a full 25. So you can do that on any player at any time. Really nice feature. I like that. And then any questions on that, just let me know. Pretty self-explanatory, runs quick, does everything fast. Again, you can come in here and kind of see scoring, all that kind of stuff if you want to get that deep. If not, just run your model, get your stuff. We will have an export eventually. Right now, you can copy it. It lets you just highlight it and copy and paste it if you want to do that. Next, we will go to the Research Center. This has been completely overhauled. Default is showing Farmers because it's already kind of flipped over, but you can just go, normally, say you're doing this on a Monday, it would have just had the American Express as the default. And then, so here is the whole field, last 24, most recent 24 rounds, kind of like that default was on the model builder. But if you don't want to get into the model builder, you can just come here and take a quick glance. I just kept that on there. Just, it's simply that, what we had on the first one, but a little bit different, structure. But more importantly, you can come over here to course history. Obviously for this one, you got 3 courses that it's pulling in. Stroke gains total would include La Quinta and Nicholas. All the other stroke gains are just coming from Pete Dye. But any tournament you look at that week, if it's RSM or if it's, Byron Nelson, whatever, you come to the course history, it's going to show you the players' stats from that tournament. Again, you can come over here, you can add a player, you can look at the details from this screen, just like all the rest, which is really nice. I like being able to see how they've done it just this course alone. Putting splits, same thing. These are all Bermuda. We know they're dormant. So maybe you want to use something different than a Bermuda. The default's going to be whatever the course is that week. The grass, then you come in here, look, how many rounds has this guy played, in the last 36, out of 36, have they played all, none, whatever. Most will play, have played a lot depending on the time frame. But if you think it's going to play more like bent, you can click bent grass and look at that. What we are going to add, another add-on here will be, we will have what their putting is on the grass type that week. So it'll be in here in putting splits, but it'll show, McCarthy's a 1.1 overall, and then it'll show what he is on Bermuda. So, and then a plus minus. So you can see, is he, really bad on Bermuda, but good elsewhere, that kind of stuff. That'll be one of we have like 3 ads to do. That'll be one of them to do there. So I like all that. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Right. One thing we'll add is so if you like doing course comps, we don't have this yet, but Bobby will get it added, is where we can come down here and select like 5 or 6 different tournaments that you think are maybe similar. Click all 5 or 6 and then go to course history and see how the players perform on average on all 5 or 6 of those combined, right? If you think certain courses are going to play like this, that'll be a feature we add next. And then, so we're going to go to the green machine next before we go look at the live stuff. Obviously, we have every slate, everything that you need. Even if we don't cover it, we still have it pulled in here if you want to use it for that. If you want to, if you're in Slack talking to people, we see some tennis people, MMA, all that kind of stuff that we don't officially cover. You can still come in here and build lineups if you want. Golf, it'll have Showdown Classic. That every slate that's possible, like I said, American Express. I defaulted some of this earlier just so this wouldn't drag out, but I just did 20 lineups. You can make the salary, min-max, whatever you want it to be. It's going to load all the players. I had randomly selected just guys to have, so again, you don't have to see me watch it. You can see that Murray was added. Let's say you don't want him. You just change your mind. You can still come off of him. Save your changes, go to the next deal. You'll see this is a new deal. I'll start doing it. If I have a stack that I like for the week or certain, core stacks, maybe an NFL, using my core article, I can build some default stacks that you guys can use if you want. Mine's already defaulted on there because I'm the one logged in. But if you had logged in, you would just see this, and it would say it's contain at least one of Cantley and M in all the lineups. I just made this one up just to show you guys. If you wanted to use that, you can. Maybe I don't have any one week or another, or you can just create your own stack. Let's say you want to, we already had all this, at most, let's go. I don't even know who I have selected. Maybe whoever your 4 cheapest guys are, 4 lowest owned projected. If you don't tell, my ownership projections are included on here. At all my lineups, I only want one of these guys at most. I don't want a bunch of, stars and scrubs this week, whatever. You can save the stack. It'll pop up there. If you don't want the one, if you want to delete one, you can take it off. Doesn't matter. Again, I had this kind of defaulted, but it'll show up as 0-0. It'll have the projections here. So if you want to start with equal and then adjust to be where do you want to be overweight, where do you want to be underweight, I just did this as a really quick setup. When I do my real ones, I get more detailed into it. It'll tell you how many you have, so till you get it down to the right amount. This is a guide. It's not the end all be all, but theoretically, if you spread your salary out properly and it's green, it means that your lineup should be able to build relatively accurately, as far as you're not setting a player pool up that's too heavy on the high price guys and low price guys. It's more a guide to help your, a lot of people, especially when they're early in building MME stuff, don't set up their pools properly, and they wonder why the lineups don't generate that they want, because they probably have they're way high on these high price guys and they just have some filters in here. Well, the math doesn't work. I always talk about it on the pod, but that's kind of what the theory is behind there. We can go generate lineups. I had some in here earlier just to kind of show you guys examples. It'll pop them up and it saves all of them that you've been working on for that. So it'll pop up all 20 lineups. You can check, do I have, how many lineups do I have here? Okay, yep, I have my example one was one of M or Cantley. Yep, every lineup has it. On these, 15 of the 20 hit where I have at most one. So that's just a guide for you to check if you want. You can look down here, see where the overexposed, underexposed was based on it running. Then you can lock lineups, the ones you like. It's going to show ownership, total salary. You can lock a few. I'm just going to randomly do this, but if you like some of these, you don't like the others, and then you can regenerate. And so it's going to regenerate all lineups that weren't locked. And that way you can kind of get your exposures and your lineups set exactly how you want them. If for some reason, maybe this is kind of what that guide was for, but I'm going to show you one I did earlier just as an example. Sometimes you can't, it'll tell you, hey, we did the best we could, but based on the player pool and your exposures, we were only able to do X amount of lineups. It'll build more, but it's going to red flag them so you understand why. And then, of course, like here, you could lock the 10, regenerate, so on and so forth. Once you get your lineups down, super easy to export. Comes over here. You got your 20 lineups to, I don't know if it's going to show this one or not on the video, but it does just pop up the 20 lineups in the Excel spreadsheet or the CSV file. You can copy into DraftKings, upload, and you're good to go there. Again, you can go any contest with any slate that's on DraftKings is going to be up here. All the golf slates, Showdown as well. So on and so forth. Live tourney tools. So I had him keep up last week's for now, just so I could show you a full tournament. So this is the Sony Open. These are live during any tournament, as it gets going throughout the day. Mainly used for Showdown. You can see all the stroke gains, total, tee to green, ball striking. And it will show you, good thing about Showdown, trends. If you're really high on approach for this certain tournament, you want to see where guys have done the last 3 rounds, maybe going into Sunday. Maybe they spiked, maybe they didn't. And then, of course, you can always look at the overview of it all up here if you want. So we've added this. The next step here will be to be able to have a toggle where you can only show your players. Right now it highlights them. So if you want to highlight maybe you built a bullet, or maybe you want to put your player pool, it'll at least highlight this right now. Eventually we want it to toggle if you want to just see your players on here. Maybe you're following it live or whatever, which will be cool once we do that. Again, you can click here. Oh, he's not playing this week. Add to the green machine. So if you're looking at the live leaderboard that week, that night, we're getting ready for round 2, and you want to build your player pool while you're looking at this, you can add to round, it'll sound whatever, round 1, round 2 for the next day. You're ready to go. I really like using this for Showdown. Same here, scorecard, basically driving approaches, who's hit a bunch of putts, DK scoring, round by round. So you can look at their total, what they were for the round 1, round 2, for all those accurate drives, good drives, accurate approach, good approach. Everything else is obviously over here. Again, just to look at different views of it all. Between those two, you should be able to have all you need. Wave splits, those weather weeks, stuff like that. You're always wondering who got the better of it. We have that live as the tournament's going on. As you see last week, it really, Thursday and Friday, a little bit of an advantage to the PM overall. Hole scoring, it'll show you the hole by hole scoring, strokes gained on each of the holes. Really biggest deal for that, maybe looking at how are the par 5s playing. Is there a potential for a streak on a wrap if they're starting off front and back? Let's say 9, 10, 11, or I guess it would be if you're starting on, maybe 17, 18, and 1, if you're starting on the back and only those guys on the back are going to have those 3 in a row. This is an example, but I'm just saying that's one reason. That's one way to look at it. And then overall, I like to see how the tournament's playing in general. So that's why we have that on there for you guys. Tracker, I had him keep last week's up. So PJ Sweats, we've had this. Some upgrades on it. We still have more coming, more cosmetic type stuff, but it's going to show you the 6-6. I normally load about 8 to 10 tournaments. I can load any. So if there's a popular one, I can load it. Just let me know. This is a single entry. So you can if you wanted to see what the scores are, 605 wins the $200 single, what won this? I think it was a lot more for sure. 644. It's also going to show the percentage of lineups in the scoring buckets, as well as the 6-6s. If you want to look at your entries only, The nice thing is, especially live during the tournament, you can kind of see the guys above you, how many have got 6-6 going. Obviously right here it's going to show all of them, but Friday there may be a bunch of guys ahead of you, but they don't have many 6-6s. Or it's there's only 100 people in the tournament that you're looking at, the contest you're looking at. You can kind of see how many 6-6s in that specific tournament. If you want to go to your entries, you can click over here. I did not play in this 200K structured one. Let's see. I don't even know if Wiley will watch this, but I know he probably played in it. So you can click your name, and it's going to bring all your lineups up. And it's going to show you, your 6-6 versus the field. So he was slightly better. Your scoring buckets. This is some of the cosmetic stuff we still have to get out of there, but you can always do that. And if you want to see how the players are scoring, how much of their DK points are the finishing points right now versus their raw, that's something you can always look at on this full deal. We have normally at least 8 to 10 contests. Some of the bigger ones are the ones that more people play for PJ Sweats. All this is included in the tools packages. Obviously, we have our betting. We have our fantasy articles up. Chat, you can get straight to chat there. Podcasts if you want to listen to them. NFL tools are there too. Everything's all one price if you've not been on the site, but you can go, again, you get 30% off. Use tools, the code tools, locked in for life. If you want to start with the weekly and go up, this is full site. So this is everything. You get everything. Content would be basically everything but this tool section. So you could do that, but obviously we're promoting the tools right now. If you want to check it out for a week, you can use that code 30% off. If you love it, you can upgrade the code. The percentage still upgrades with you. If you want to go monthly or annual, which save you even more money, obviously. Some testimonials there from members. I update those. I need to update them. Try to rotate them in and out there, but don't want to take it too long. I hope you guys like it. I'm excited for it. We have, like I said, there's a few more things in there that we have coming, but that gets rid of most of it. That gets most of it up there that we want. We'll still be tweaking and stuff like that as this year goes on. I'm looking forward to it. If you guys have questions, hit me up. Twitter, Slack if you're a member. If you want to upgrade, you don't have the tools now, or email me at support@gupscorner.com. I'll answer any questions there. Hope you guys have a good night. Good luck this week in the American Express, and we'll talk to you soon.